What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Break It Down, the show where we're speaking with artists and musicians and dissecting their songs and albums, features, and projects. Really, we're trying to get the story behind the creative process. With us today, our guest is Roccwell, a producer and artist from Munich, Germany. What's happening, my man? How are you?
Thank you for having me again. We did a podcast, I think, last year.
Yes.
And thanks for giving me the chance to tell the people about my new EP. And as you know, I've been working a lot with the guys from your camp, from EMS, like M. Kore Mayhem now. So it totally makes sense to that we talk about my projects today. So
absolutely. You've also worked with Craig G, Ruste Jux, Dropashi. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself and how you got into producing?
All right. When I was younger, I was I came to hip hop music because we had a big skateboarding crew with like 20 people, and it was like the beginning of the 90s, mid 90s, and it was like this Wu-Tang came up 93, and we were really hooked on that sound. And German rap was still, German hip hop scene was still like kind of developing, still sounding more old school than everything from the States. But we started freestyling by ourselves, and everybody wanted to rap actually when we were younger. And at the end of the 90s, we formed a German hip hop crew. Three friends of mine actually, and me, and I was rapping at that time. We released some stuff, and it was really well received in the German hip hop scene actually. But it kind of the crew broke up, and but after a time, I was really missing making sound, and I thought, man. I'm not really. I thought what I would rap is probably should be extra artsy or something like that, because what I have to tell, I'm like just like a normal guy. It's not really interesting. I mean, I like listening to real characters with crazy stories and history. So I thought, rapping is fun, but it's not really what I thought people would like to listen to. So I just decided to start making beats because I was really hooked on that boom bap stuff. Actually, that was still pretty big end of the 90s, and I think it never disappeared, but it was like pushed back at the beginning of the new millennium. But now the last years, I'm really trying to find the good stuff, and there is a lot out there. It's still a lot of good boom bap albums coming out almost every week. And I thought, I just at the beginning I just started making some beats, and with nothing in mind. But at the time, like 2003, 2004, I was working in a hip hop store in Munich. It was called Mighty Weenie, and this was actually, I think, the biggest hip hop store. They had cans for graffiti for the writers. They had clothing. They had shoes. They had records. And I made some connections because a lot of rappers from the States, they were on tour here. One of the people I got to know was a guy from Munich, and he actually moved to NYC, and he founded with Kenny Diaz the label Kingslink Records, and they put out music from the House of Raps. Raps with Z at the end, and they even had a track with DJ Premier, I think in 2008, they were working like with people like Dropashi and some others from this hemisphere, and of this connection, I did some remixes for them, and actually I have a track with them that was never released because they were working on an album and it never came out. But it was a really dope track, but I can't release it. I asked them. I don't know if they still want to put it out someday, but actually it's yeah, it's really sad because I really love the song, but maybe someday. But I got to know Dropashi a little better. We wrote. I mean, it's I think he has never been to Germany, and I was 2014. I was in NYC the last time, but yeah, we wrote, and then I sent him some beats, and he was actually one of the first guys that picked some beats from me. And he helped me to get some, yeah, to put together some nice tracks to have, you know, when you're connecting other people, they want to see or they want to hear something, and this was the foundation that I had some dope tracks I could show other people. So the chances are bigger they want to work with me. And over the years, the connections expanded. I did some, I think the next bigger track after releasing some tracks with Dropashi were with DJ Modesty from the Real Hip Hop Show, and Ruste Jux and Dropashi. I put out a single. Yeah, and over the years, the connections have spread it, and I'm glad that many other people I really had the chance to visit in person when they came to Munich for tours, for example, like Mike M. was here. So it was really cool. He was at my crib when he was here, and we recorded in the studio of a friend of mine, Tommy, and other people like Wildelux. I met him in Japan, actually. That was pretty cool because in 2017, we were on holidays in Japan, me and my girl, and I asked people, yeah, do you know somebody who's living in Japan music-wise? And somebody told me, yeah, this rapper from NYC, Wildelux, he's living in Japan right now. And then he connected us, and I met him in Kyoto in Japan.
Wow.
And afterwards, we released an EP, and then he came to Munich, and we did a video for my album Still Loving Boom Bap, and yeah, and Melee Sparks was here. Yeah, so I mean, the whole COVID situation is really, yeah, it's really pushing that back because I'm not really traveling somewhere, and there are no concerts. It's all digital. But to be honest, most of my connections, 80 to 20%, are digital versus in person.
Right.
So it's not that I prefer digital, but it's not possible in any other way because I'm working full time, have family and a child, and so it's only the holidays or something. So it's yeah, actually it's just a time very really time consuming, the normal day job and everything.
Sure.
So, but I'm really happy that the possibilities are there with the internet. So, I think I really made some really, yeah, good connections, and some are really friendships now, like with M. or Wildelux, and it's really cool when you can bring that from the digital to the personal level. So yeah, try to expand that in the future. Maybe travel more when it's easier, and maybe people come here when they're on tour and tours are possible again. So let's see, still working on that, expanding my network. You know, I'm really a fan of bringing people together. Sometimes it's because I'm not a DJ, I'm just a beat maker, yeah. And I love cuts in my tracks, you know. Scratch Jux is like this
Sure.
classic primo shit. It doesn't have to be in every track, but sometimes it's only at the end or for the intro. But I love cuts. It's like I'm really kind of, yeah, this hardcore boom bap fanatic. So I'm connecting a lot with DJs too, and sometimes people asking me, here, do you know a good DJ? So I say, ask him or him, and it's a bigger network now, because sometimes I had the chance to bring other people together for projects as well, and I really like that aspect, being in contact with people from other countries, writing people from Japan, from Africa, from the States, from France, Europe in general. I have many contacts. So this is really, yeah, besides my day job, I mean, you know how hard it is to earn money with music, and for me, it's rather, it's what I would love to do actually, but I'm, yeah, kind of realistic. I know that the money has to come from somewhere else.
Sure. Yeah.
But I really love it being, yeah, in contact with and I love doing projects, you know, like we do this track, we do this EP, this
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
I've still 2 more albums in the works. I don't know if you call the producer, if you know the producer team Soul Brother.
Sure.
Um, Soul Brother. I'm doing an album. Actually, it's already finished. We call the crew Soul Rocker. It's Soul Brother and Roccwell.
Yeah.
And the album is already finished. And there's a track with M Dot on it too. It's called Toil, and it's
Toil. Yeah, I've
really.
heard that one. That one's dope. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're trying to release that next year. We want to do vinyl with it as well. And actually, we have a label where we can release it. Still, like, we need the contract to be signed and everything, but we want to do a video with Mike as well for that track and make it a single for the album. And I have another album with the upcoming MC Emma Lee, female MC, one of the dopest female MCs I've ever heard.
Where's she
She's
from?
really, really dope. She's from New York.
Okay.
Emma Lee MC. Emma, 2M, EMMA, and the Lee is. I think you should find. I can send you the link afterwards to
Sure. Yeah.
what
do.
she does. And I think when I get it right, she worked as a video editor for the for Rap is Out of Control too, and she knows DJ Eclipse, and DJ Eclipse did the intro for our Soul Rocker album together with DJ Riz,
Oh,
which
dope.
is
Okay.
really dope because they're legends. I still have a mixtape here in the living room from the 90s that those guys made. I'm really happy that it worked out. They have a spoken intro for album, and yeah, I'm really happy that I can work with Emma Lee too, because I think she has a really, really bright future. She's really dope. Actually, our EP would be the first official release. We will have Masta Ace on it. The track is already finished, and
Okay.
now the video will be done within the next 2 or 3 months, I guess. We will have Bahamadia on that one too. She just recorded last week, and it's 6 tracks and 2 features, because we didn't want too many features, because she needs her space to shine. But we wanted some. I mean, Masta Ace is, I think he's my number one actually. So it has always been a dream to work with him, and really happy it worked out. And Bahamadia was because she's really, really dope. Totally happy. This idea came from Emma, because she wanted the female tag team on the EP as well. And so those are 2 projects. I mean, the Emily EP will take 2 or 3 more months to be totally mixed, mastered, and videos done and everything.
Great.
But those are 2 more projects. I mentioned that because my EP Pastime, that we actually wanted to talk now,
Yeah.
is, but you will see it's kind of a circle. This is actually some tracks that I had finished, and I thought I need a little teaser for my upcoming releases after my album. I had a dope track already done with Kore. I had a track with Wildelux, The Light, And I had the idea to do a track with Mayhem as well, because I've never met him personally, but we wrote because he's from the EMS hemisphere that you guys are from, and he's a really dope MC, and it's such a dope track because I'm a hooper too. I love basketball, and it's a basketball track actually, and
Yeah, so
really happy.
let's break it down. The Pastime EP, it's 3 tracks, right?
Yes, it's 3
It
tracks.
features Wildelux, DJ Case, you've got LP2 on there, Mayhem, Core, DJ
CSP.
CSP. So the DJs, they primarily doing the cuts on the tracks?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. They did the
Okay.
cuts. I did the beats. I made the beats, and
And you said this
and
is like a precursor to the next 2 albums?
yeah, it's something. It's like a sign of life from me, because you know how heavy it is if you do a release with physicals, vinyl or something like that. Um, During COVID now, it's and the whole. I mean, there's even like where the ship was in the Panama. You know, the whole goods,
Yeah, the
the
supply chain.
availability. Yeah,
Yeah.
supply chain
Yeah.
availability of goods was deteriorating, and during COVID, everybody wanted to do vinyl, and doing a release with physicals is really taking months now. I think it's getting better now, but so I thought, yeah, why not just put a little EP? We put the instrumentals of the tracks on it too, so we have at least six tracks. Why not just release it digitally, just to have a new sign of life, and teaser the next releases. And I'm just sometimes I'm really spontaneous. I mean, I could have maybe done 1 or 2 more tracks, but actually I was still working on the other albums. You know, the um, administrative things. We're doing the cover ourselves. My man B Bass from Soul Rocker, he does. It's getting back and forth, and we have a lot. You know how it is. You're having a label, so it's all those things. It's not only the music, but you have to handle this and that for 2 albums at the same time. Besides day job, this was a little bit too heavy, so I just decided to put the tracks I have. My friend, Philip, who did the video for M. That we made together. He's a dope photographer, and he scribbled me. But that was a picture he just sent me randomly via WhatsApp. You know, he was sitting in his he's working at a gift shop that his girlfriend has, and he just scribbled
This is
me
the album cover?
this. Yeah, this is the album
Okay,
cover,
yeah.
and he was just sitting there, scribbled me and sent me this, and when I put together the EP, I was looking for a cover, and I know a lot of good graphic designers, but I don't want to ask the people, hey man, can you do it for like $100? Because I just don't have too much money to put into that right now. And I said, man, let's take this photo. So I just put together in PowerPoint the typo. Let's take this typo, and then another friend of mine, he just put it together, and it didn't take longer than a day. But I'm really actually I'm happy with the cover because it's something special. It's and it really shows the pastime. You know, it's like
Sure.
this so it's just a little package that really I came up with the idea relatively spontaneous, and from
The
start to
core
finish it was
the core track was the first track?
um the core track was the first track. Yeah, I think when he was in Munich with M. I think like it was 2 or 3 years ago. I think he picked one of my beats,
Okay.
and he recorded. But afterwards, he sent it to me, and I didn't like the beat I made anymore. And then it's kind of a remix of the first version, but I'm happier with this track now.
Okay.
And then it was here for like 1.5 years, because I was just collecting material for different albums, projects, and I was not really sure where to put it on to, because I had my tracks for. I only have 3 tracks on the Soul Rocker album, so every one of us has 3 tracks, and I already had those done, and I had like those 3 tracks still on my drive, and yeah, why not just put out an EP, because digitally it's still work. You have to do the release notes and everything. My man Aprock, shout out to him from Snow Goons promotion team. He's actually my neighbor, lives like 3 streets
Oh wow.
away from here, and he does my promotion as well.
Yeah, shout out to
You have to,
Aprock.
yeah, shout out to Aprock. I think he does a lot of promotion for you guys too, although Rev does dope promo work too. He did. I combined both forces for my album, and yeah, but the EP was put together in a short period of time, and I released it via Beat Art Department. Shout out to Franjo. It's a Munich label, and I just wanted to try something new, and it worked out that he only needs 6 weeks in front of the release, just preparation time, and then we just put it out. And yeah, I mean, I didn't have really big expectations for that, to be honest, as I just see it as what it is, pastime. It's just something in between, which shouldn't sound like I don't think it's my best material, but if I release an album, I put more thoughts in it, which track first. I have several cover ideas, and but sometimes this keeps you kind of alive mentally, because
Sure.
if you're working with labels, and if you don't want to do physicals, it takes time. You're waiting for this, you're waiting for that. But with this little project, it was like, hey, come on, let's do it. And like 1 week later, okay, the finished product was there, and then was only writing release notes and things like that. So this gave me a feeling of flexibility and not being stuck. So I just put it out digitally to not have to wait for a really long period until something releases.
Yeah.
And I'm
Great.
happy with that. It's well received, as what I hear. Maybe it got a lot of airplay actually. We only pushed the light with the promo blast. I'm still in contact with Mayhem, maybe because he told me he wanted to do a video for his track, actually, for live sports. And I think it could still be a great idea. And if that happens, maybe we could do another promo blast and push that track. But let's see if he really wants to invest the time and everything.
Okay.
But why not?
Let's
Because the track is really dope.
Let's play a clip of Real Talk featuring Kore and DJ Case. We'll give the fans a little something from Pastime, and here it is. Check it out.
Real talk, wrote this shit last night when I was breaking up weed. Struck past me a light. Everything's good, everything is alright. I'm going all in, I wanna bet I just might. I took a few chances and crossed a couple lines. Now I'm trotting around the globe and laying down a bunch of rhymes. Rock hit me up on the cell, he said it's time. I told him I was ready, bags packed, where we flying? Real talk, I'm working hard for the things that you wanna have. Should play it cool to the booty that you wanna grab. Woo! Roll something, go and smoke it if you got it. Let us know if you're in need of marijuana bags. Yeah, now let it ride for a second, then kick it in neutral and glide for a second. Yeah, feel the vibe for a second. You're the reason I am feeling so alive for a second. Real talk, it is hip hop, rooftop flow. Other words, it is tip top. Kick rocks if you wanna be negative, and stop sleeping on me like you took another sedative. It's all love for the fans right now. Rock Jux wouldn't mind a pair of Vans right now, Half days I'm in.
That was Real Talk featuring Kore and DJ Case, produced by my man Roccwell here off the Pastime EP. Links will be in the description below. So go to Bandcamp, check that out. It's on Apple and Spotify as well.
It's on every digital platform, Spotify, Bandcamp, I think even Deezer, because
right,
everywhere.
yeah, it's distributed.
I think
Awesome.
it's on Tidal as well.
Okay.
I'm not registered for that platform actually, but somebody told me it's on there too. That's good.
Yeah. Everywhere it can be is good.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you chopping it up with us today and giving us some insight into your history as well as Pastime and some future projects. So thank you for the time today. Let everybody know where they can find out more about Roccwell.
Yeah, thank you for the chance to talk with you again and spread the word about my projects. You can find me on Instagram. I think Instagram nowadays is actually my main channel. Okay. Because Facebook I post my music on Facebook and I share from Instagram to Facebook, but it's just I share there too. Actually, I do not really generate own content. On Twitter, I share too from Instagram, so you better check out my Instagram actually to be on top of the news. I think it's called is it Roccwell Beats? I think it's Roccwell Beats.
Yes, I'll make sure I have a link in the description below. So whether you're watching this or streaming it, just click the link. Check out Roccwell and his Instagram page. Again, thank you for your time today. Another more episodes to come. And for everybody tuned in to Break It Down, thank you. We'll catch you again on the next one. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Break It Down. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcast. If there's a song or video you want us to break down with an artist, hit us up on social media at OwnLane Music, or hit the artist up directly and mention our show. Maybe we can talk to him. That's it, everyone. Peace out.